Okay, it's time to retrieve some Redback Spider egg sacs that are in here. The Redback Spider is called Barbie. Beautiful name for a spider, and I'll just very carefully take the lid off here, making sure she's not up on the lid first. Okay, that looks all clear. Oh, there's some nice baby snails there. How lovely is that? Okay, just put that aside. I'm just also watching a bee working directly beside me here. It's very nice to see. It's collecting the pollen from the flowers there. Very nice. I was just taking a look down there now. Wow, she's got 4 Redback Spider egg sacs there. She's been a very busy girl, and today's job is to get those Redback Spider egg sacs out of there without making her too cranky. The beep has been removed from this video, and as always, this video is highly educational. Beep, beep, beep. I can tell you something, this is going to be a very tricky job because she is going to protect those egg sacs, and if I come down and try and get these, I bet you she's going to try and stop me. I also bet you these things are bound in web there quite securely. This is going to be very... I might have to go in there. Oh, I might have one. Oh, no, I don't see. Oh. I might have to just change the show. I've got one, I think. I don't think I'll be videoing all these extractions because this is going to get a bit nasty. Well, this one's fallen down, so there's one down. I'm just going to try and get another one here. It's actually quite deep down. She's moved all the egg sacs to the lower part of this home. Man, this is going to be tricky. She's not going to want to like this at all. And I don't want her running up the tweezers. In fact, she's away from the egg sacs. If I can get this one here. Okay, I've got another one. Woo. Okay, that's the second one out. What I'm going to do is just clear away some of the web at the top here because she can run really fast and get up to the camera here. When they want to move quickly, man, these spiders can make some very easy ground on you. I've got 2 more to go here. I'm almost thinking maybe can I drop these down if I break enough web away. Okay, because I want to try to preserve these egg sacs as much as I can. Well, they might be stuck on the tweezers. Yeah, I might have a winner here. Oh, crikeys, this is tricky. Come on. Oh, sort of, they're playing on web, if you know what I mean. Oh, okay, I think I've got double whammy here, yeah. Okay, that's the 4 egg sacs there. Yo! Now, Barbie's not too happy at the moment. She's been stripped of her family, but that's what these devices are all about. It's all about me having control over these quite amazing spiders. And yes, I think she would have a go at those tweezers as soon as she possibly could. I notice she's acting in a way where she's sort of doing a swaying movement. Yeah, she doesn't like me. I'm sorry, Barbie, but hey, I'm the boss. I decide what happens around here. I better leave her alone, before she gets any more agitated. It's nice the sun's popped out. I'll just pop the lid back onto Barbie's luxurious manner. And we better talk about some dates to be educational. Okay, this outlines Barbie's egg sacs adventures. Barbie was moved to this home on the 20th of January. Egg sac number 1 was there the 20th of February. Egg sac number 2 about a week later, and you can see a week later and basically a week later again. That was a curious one because that was like a Friday the 13th egg sac. And then egg sac due times, well, the first egg sac is actually due in a few days, 20th of March, and that's actually the equinox, for me, the autumn equinox. What I'd like to point out is you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Redback Spider egg sacs all done within 1 month's time. Now, the problem for me is I can't really tell here which one was the first one to be laid up, that is the one which is about to open up, versus the last one which would have, let's say, another maybe 3-4 weeks to go. Yes, very tricky to tell. They look very, very similar. I just noticed something quite spectacular going on just up from where Barbie lives. Crikey, there's some ants going crazy there. I can see winged ants there. Okay, I can see all other crazy ants going crazy. I wonder if they like to eat Redback Spider egg sacs. Well, looks like to me the ants are coming out of that ant nest right there. I'm going to pick off one of these egg sacs. I've got a scalpel here to open it up a little tiny bit. Let's see if the ants have a feed. Okay, I've put an egg sac there, right next to the ant nest. Anything can happen. Now, so many times I've had people say to me, ants will basically swarm something and will take it out very, very fast. I'm wanting to see if that happens with this redback spider egg sac. That's interesting, isn't it? Some nice winged ants going up there. Look at the top of the pod here. There's those winged ones, and there's some sort of elaborate activity going on here. It is just manic, and it looks like it's about to rain on me as well. In fact, if I clear some foliage here, there's a real massive activity going on in here. Yeah, look at that. That is your sort of crazy ant activity, isn't it? Totally crazy. From what I can see, well, they've basically ignored that. I think they're preoccupied doing other things. But what I will do is I'll move it up to where there's much more activity. Will they go for it if it's up here? Hey, let's see. Ooh, okay. This looks a little bit different, and I've got these black ants crawling all over me as well. They seem to be more interested in me than that redback spider egg sac, mind you. They do seem a bit more interested up there. I'll tell you something I do see, and it's not nice. Look at that little baby snail there. The ants are ambushing that. I wish they'd be doing that with the redback spider egg sac. That is, that's rather nasty, isn't it, hey? In fact, there's a pair of snails there, both of them being heavily ambushed by the ants. I always wondered why little baby snails sometimes don't become mature ones. Now I understand why. One of them has escaped over the back there. They are moving as fast as they can. Amazing, but if I go over to the redback spider egg sac, I'm not seeing exactly what I want to see. Maybe I need to put one up there which has got some spiderlings crawling out of it. That there is the other snail trying to get a retreat going. It's, no, I don't like its chances, I'll be honest here. It's trying to get away, but I don't think it will. Let me just pick off another one here. Maybe one of these crispier ones. Hey, this one, oh, I've got a pair there. I don't want the pair. Anyway, one of those two. Well, from doing that, I've got ants all over me. They went straight up my arms. Is the nature of ants, isn't it, hey? Let's see what's going on now. Well, if anything, I think they're going to carry that away. I'm not seeing spiderlings out of that. There's a kookaburra laughing at me because things are going wrong here, because I'm covered in ants. And they are still going for that snail. Let the kookaburra have his say, hey? Let him laugh at me, then he can go away. Maybe if I bring this egg sac here up to where the feeding frenzy seems to be happening, that might be better. Well, that's what I'm seeing. I still say those ants seem to be more interested in the snails versus the redback spider egg sacs, which have little time. Actually, I can't see spiderlings in either of those two, which is a bit strange. Well, then again, it's not. Oh, they're going to carry one away. There you go. They do like it, but they're going to do what they want to do with it. Well, I'll pick off one more. I wonder if Barbie was firing blanks on me, hey? Let's try this one here. Okay, well, that one is a very fresh one. I can see the eggs inside that one, and occasionally you'll see an ant grab one of the eggs and run away with it. So, yes, they do like to have that as some sort of meal. But I'm not, well, I am seeing a frenzy of ants, but not the frenetic mass frenzy that I've heard people talk about, where they'll just come along and swamp something, like I saw that huntsman spider. That was totally amazing. They seem to be far more interested in taking out that snail there. That's my observation. This egg sac here, the first one that I opened's got very immature spiderlings going on in there. I can't really see any of them moving, but I can see the form of very small spiders. Maybe I'll open it up a bit further up here where we can see a bit clearer, hey? Okay, the one I'm pointing at there is the one with the very immature spiderlings, and we're just going to see what the ants think about that now it's been opened up a bit further. I've just got to stand up and get some blood back into my legs, or else I'll be frozen on the ground here for half an hour. The weather's looking fairly sketchy, but then again, we've had so much rain recently, it ain't funny. I should have done this at the start of the video. There you go, it's the 17th of March. I just noticed a wolf spider right there, running away from me. Well, I didn't really see what I wanted to see here. The ants seem more interested in doing some sort of construction. They're carrying stuff to somewhere, and they seem to be more preoccupied with taking out snails. Those Redback Spider egg sacs, well, it just didn't do it for them, but I have one more to open up. I'll just show you something here. I noticed every time I put an egg sac down, the ants would run up my tools ASAP. You watch what happens here. There's into the tweezers into the ground there, and look at that, how fast the ants come up here onto my hand. And these guys aren't being that friendly, I can tell you. They like to have a little bit of a nibble and a play with me. It's a curious sort of feeling, sort of not nice, but sort of nice. Ouch, I can feel them now. Okay, so look how fast they are reacting to me. Yet, I'm not seeing them do that sort of thing going on here where I want them to play and take out the egg sacs. They seem to be far more preoccupied with my hands. Weird. And then there was one. Let's try this last one. Who knows what's going to come out of this one. Okay, there's the fourth one I've just added there. It's not as mature as what I'd like it to be. I wanted to see little spiderlings crawling around. I think this one here was the most mature. Very difficult to tell this one here. Very little came out of that one. Mind you, this is this Redback Spider's first set of egg sacs. A couple of snails there, and one of them's crawling up onto that last egg sac that I put up there. Maybe that will get the ants more interested, because they really seem far more interested in those snails than anything else here. I can see one snail there doing the bolt. Very wise thing to do. Those ants seem to be quite vicious against the snails. And the other one's also doing the bolt as well. Although it's looking a bit confused, it's going around in circles. What's got me perplexed is these snails just keep coming back for more. They just keep hanging around. There's one there again. I'm not sure whether this is the same guys. And there's another one over here. And the ants do harass those snails, but, well, they just keep going, don't they? And I'm a bit curious of what's going on underneath the plant here. I might just pull some of this garden out, see what's going on under here. Hey, what do you think? This could potentially get me into lots of trouble from Mummy when she sees plants ripped out. Mind you, it's better than being burnt. Well, I'm seeing a few winged things coming out of that soil, but I'm not seeing anything that amazing. Oh, maybe we just pretend that never happened, eh? Put those back. There you go. Mummy would never know. Well, did I see the ants swarm those Redback Spider egg sacs? No, I didn't. I saw them more interested in chasing snails. And we've had a stack of ants in the house because we've had so much rain. The ants have gone to all sorts of new parts of the house, in a sense, up on the ceiling, up in the cupboards. And I know what they like to eat. Maybe I'll go and grab some of that stuff and see if that arouses the ants to be a bit more excited about those egg sacs. Maybe something nice and sweet will have them a little bit more razzed up. I'm thinking something like that. Let me come back about half an hour and see what develops. If nothing happens, I will put the white flag up and say I'm defeated. Okay, about half an hour later, and yes, that sweet biscuit cookie, whatever you want to call it, has certainly got the ants excited. Man, they are coming out of everywhere to have a sweet treat. I'm noticing the winged ones again. Is that new queens or potential new queens going on there? The ants seem very excited about the winged ones. A lot of activity around those. Yeah, especially there in the corner there. I'm sure the ant experts will explain all. So what did I learn from all this? Well, the ants really didn't go for the egg sacs there. They were going for snails, but I certainly know they love sweet treats like this, and this is like mega sweet. You can literally smell it in the air. Ouch, I'm getting stung by them again, or bitten. Ouch! They are a little bit interested in what's going on there in this Redback Spider egg sacs, but nothing compared to what's going on next door there on that very sweet treat. Maybe the way to get these ants to, well, basically have both of those things there is if I get this sweet treat thing covered in ants, I'm going to get bitten here, and if I break it up down here, okay, this will really cause them to go crazy. And I'll basically put the Redback Spider egg sac in amongst this broken up, I call it a biscuit, okay? If I say cookie, I wouldn't be saying the right thing. Okay, if I break it up like that, the ants will find this in no time, and I will put the Redback Spider egg sacs as in plural, amongst that, and we'll see what happens. Well, I put those Redback Spider egg sacs in there, and well, you can't see them now because they're all disguised like cookie. Oops, I mean biscuit. I can already see a trend of what's going to happen here. Look at those ants there, they've got a piece of biscuit. cookie, whatever. I'll come back in half an hour and see what it looks like. Okay, about half an hour on, yes, the ants have found this broken up biscuit, and whether or not I can trick them into thinking that those egg sacs are part of the biscuit is another thing. I don't think it'd be very easy to trick an ant. They seem to be fairly smart for their size. They work in mysterious ways. I'll work at that bit by bit, and I'm sure they will devour everything they can before a bird comes along and pecks the rest of it away. I should check up and see how Barbie's going. I am a little bit worried for her welfare. She may be a little bit cranky, and I've got to be very careful here because sometimes they are up on the lid. Let's take a look inside. There she is there. She's on the side I was just coming into, and I'll just see how she's moving about. Whoa, yeah. She's a cranky puss. We've got winter coming soon. I don't think she'll lay up any more egg sacs. I might be wrong. Look at this here. She's a bit of a cranky one, isn't she? Look at that. She'll go for those tweezers. Oh, she's right on that side there. Very hard to see her. Yes, the cooler weather's coming, and usually these spiders will tend to recluse as it gets cooler. She's very cranky because she's lost all of her babies, poor thing. There's Barbie there. She's actually having a bit of a sunbake in the late afternoon sun, and it was amazing how many egg sacs she generated in what was very short time. A great reminder of how these spiders can easily take over areas. Mind you, most of the spiderlings would have been taken out by predators, that be it ants, lizards, whatever, themselves mainly. Yeah, it's nice that Barbie's staying in this, let's call it little home, and hopefully she'll be here during winter time, during the recluse time when it's very cool, and we might come back and take a look at her in the, well, next spider season. And being out here, she hasn't got the luxury of being inside a spider tank. She's up against anything that can come along and get her. Oh, now I can't get her off the tweezers. Come on, Barbie. Don't play like that with me. She'll probably escape now, and then she's gone forever. We can't have her escaping, can we? Come on. Good girl. Down you get. Play with me, please. Like, I've got to be careful because sometimes I leave a bit of web on something as an escape plan. I know how they operate these days. I'm just, there's web on this tweezers here now. Let me just try and get this web off of my fingers here, dangerously. Oh, she's watching me. Okay, and then I'll come along and I'll get the lid on. Yeah, a lizard could sneak up into this and will claim her. I've seen the way lizards get these sort of spiders, and they act very fast. One chomp and she'd be gone. Anyway, hopefully she's safe in there. I can tell you this, not every redback spider has a beautiful designer home like that one.
10 days later, Barbie, the redback spider, has a surprise for us.
I've got a little bit more to add to the Barbie video, and my son found this wonderful friend of the garden getting about. It's a praying mantis, so I'm not sure whether it's a boy or a girl, and one thing, I don't think this one can fly, but it likes to jump. So maybe that's a clue, and it's a little bit ticklish on my arm there. They're quite stunning critters to watch the way they operate. I've just settled the mantis back onto my fingers there. Yeah, they're tricky to see when they're in the garden. They've got beautiful camouflage, and they basically hunt everything. As for redback spiders, maybe not. I think this redback spider would basically take out Mr. or Mrs. Mantis. And once it's onto some plant, it's probably going to basically disappear. They're a little bit like that when they get into their greens. There you go. It's very tricky to see that mantis now, isn't it? As long as it keeps still, very hard to see. Once the mantis starts to move, it gives the game away. And if I just tickle it with my finger, you'll start to see it very clearly again. Beautiful things. Stunning to look at. We could play with Mr. or Mrs. Mantis all day long, but we've got other things to take a look at here. Barbie has had another egg sac, the 5th one. It's the 25th of March, and we'll come in and have a very careful look at her. It just shows you what goes on with these redback spiders. They really do generate a lot of egg sacs in very short time. Okay, there's Barbie there, and there's the egg sac in the foreground, a bit out of focus. Okay, egg sac number 5. Well, I'm here. I'll give Barbie a little bit of a tickle to see how she's going. Hello, Barbie. How are you? How you feeling? Sorry for taking your family before, but hey, I'm trying to look after myself as well. Oh, I should leave Barbie alone. I don't think she's a big fan of being tickled, and I'm not her favourite fan because I've taken her family away. Very interesting how fast they generate the egg sacs, isn't it? I'll just very gently put her luxurious lid back on. I'll try and find my mantis friend again. It's going to be a bit tricky because they like to hide. I had the mantis here before. Have a good sneak around here. Let's see if we can see where... Okay. I see you, you're here. There we go there. Very, very elusive. Oh, hello. Wants to be my grand friend again. Totally stunning. Well, you can't stay with me all the time. You do belong in nature. Okay, I'll get you back onto where you belong. That's much better. Oh, cool, the sun's just popped out, making the mantis look like a beautiful shining machine. If you're wondering about the cookie and the redback spider egg sacs that I left right there, well, I can't see one skerrick of them left. And if I come up here, well, there's a bit of a sad story to tell. I can still see ants zooming around everywhere, but that plant that I played with, it's cactus. I better hide this from Mummy. It just goes to show you I don't always need a flamethrower to destroy something. I better hide this in the green bin, hey? Woo! Let's just hope Mummy never finds out.